Good evening, viewers, and welcome yet again to our show, Health Matters on Siloam TV, the home of revival. We are very glad to be here tonight, and today we are having a very beautiful guest with us, Madam Susan, and we are celebrating this day to be able to create awareness on many fronts. At first, I would like to invite Susan to greet us and tell us who she is and what she does. Then from there, we will move on. Karibuni.
Thank you, Madam Sarah, for this opportunity. Good evening, viewers. My name is Susan Mudoni. I'm the County Health Promotion Officer, and the main activities that we do, the work they do for the community, it is to bring awareness on health matters in relation to prevention of all diseases, because we usually say that prevention is better than cure, and we all believe that we use less money in prevention than treatment.
Susan does health promotion. She's in charge of health promotion at MERU Teaching and Referral Hospital, helping us learn more about diseases, helping us learn about things that we can do to prevent falling ill and maintaining a good health. So today our topic is on autism. I'll start the questions. It's a very interesting topic and one that has not been talked about much, but we trust God that we'll be able to unfold the topic and talk more about it and understand what it's all about. Karibu Susan, I'd like you to tell us more about World Autism Day.
Okay, about World Autism Day. It is a day that is celebrated internationally, whereby the world and the community is made to understand what is this condition or a disorder, because we say that when we bring knowledge to the people, we give them power and we give them potential and abilities on how to handle different issues in relation to the condition. And being the World International Autism Day, it is usually celebrated on the second day of April, and our main theme for this day, it is empowering the voices for the autism, or the people that have got the condition, with the condition per se, it is the autism. This day was started in the year 2007, whereby people internationally felt that these people, they need to be protected, they need to understand what is this condition, and the community need to understand the condition of the autism, how to deal or to stay with the people with the condition. And the activities that are usually done in this day, it is to create awareness, to have a walk campaigning for the autism, and also in areas where people are enclosed, they show the movies, and also they do celebration, whereby we also strengthen issues to do with health and education to the community, in the churches, and also to the organizing groups. So after we have done this, which is the main day today, the activity actually started yesterday. Today is the climax, though it shall continue to the entire month of April. And the month of April, we are all in MERU, whereby MERU, it is the color that is used to simplify the simplicity of the people that are living with the autism. It is a peaceful color. It is a color that brings appreciation for the people that are living with the autism. And the animal, in quote, it is the butterfly. The butterfly keeps on growing every day, every moment, a change. And for the children of anybody with autism, it is a process. The condition does not go at once. Sometimes a child may not, the parent may not appreciate whether the child has autism, but that the child grows at the age of 2 to 4 years, you find that the symptoms, they start to show up, and that is the time the parent now and the family members feel the child is not doing well. But by God's grace, you're going to become, because you get to understand what you have and what is this condition today.
And now let me ask you something. As you were talking about today and the day for as the World Autism Day, What is this autism? Make us understand which disease is this we call autism. You know, we just hear stories, but we don't know much. We would like to understand what autism is.
Okay, autism, we usually say that autism spectrum disorder. It is something that has got many symptoms. You can't pick one and say this is what is it. But autism, it is a mental disorder whereby the infected person will present with the cognitive disorder and also behavior disorder. Okay. In cognitive disorder, you find that the patient is not, okay, the client, let me call them the client, the child is not able to communicate well, has got drained milestone. When you look at the growth and the movement of the body, it is not coordinated. The child has extra anxiety, anxiety condition, what we call some kind of mental disorder. And in terms of talking, feeding and walking, it is affected. When it comes into class level, you find that the child is not able to concentrate in class, is moving all over. If it is about the church, the child cannot stay with the parent, the child is moving all over. In severe conditions, you find that the child is not able to perform even well in the class and has got a state whereby when you sit somewhere, the child starts to do a lot of destructive activities. If it is the instrument or equipment, it destroys everything. Or if it's about the body, or if you pick something, they start tearing a body, biting fingers. And even when you bite to a point of bleeding, the child will not find as if it's anything bill. It's just a normal thing to her. That is in severe condition. You may get to semi a blade and start cutting him or herself. Some kind of thing. When it is small of her, it is associated with some psychological conditions. And in some extent, you find that even when the heat, it is too much, you find the child sitting in the sunshine and the child is not moving. Even when there is something to do with the heat, does it feel? Even when some children, you may give them a bacon, they don't understand what you are telling them. When you tell them, bring me something, a phone or a cup, you give a plate, a spoon, you can't give you that spoon. Okay, we usually say that the child is not able to appreciate simple instruction or direction.
Wow, very interesting, eh? Autism. Now, is this a disease that a child is born with, or where does it come from?
Okay, actually we say that the cause of autism, it is not known. Those are some of the conditions that we call them idiopathic. And in idiopathic is something that is not known, not well understood, but the researchers are ongoing on the ground, working on the same. And in that case, what is associated with the autism per se, it is what we call the genetic disorders. Genetic disorder. So we have a Rett syndrome, and also we have something to do with the mutation. The other cause, it is what we call the environmental factors. In the environmental factors, we have something like viral infection when the mother is pregnant. We also have the bacterial infection, and also have inhalation of heavy gases or heavy metals. Those are the causes that are associated with that. But there is something else that we call the risk factors. In risk factors, the risk factors for autism, number one, it is what we call the age. It is the researchers state that boys, the boy child is more vulnerable to autism 4 times than the girls. Why? It is not. Then the other one, it is the family history. If in a family, one of the child and autism, there is a probability of having another child within the family with the same condition. Remember we talked of genes, mutation. Yeah. Then the other one, it is about other disorders in the family. You may have epilepsy within the family.
Yes.
So there's a probability of a child having an autism condition within that family. Then the other one, it's about extreme preterm babies. Preterm is whereby the mother delivers a child who is not mature. You know, the conception, the growth, all that. We find that we need to get the 9 months, then we deliver. But in this case, the mother delivers before term, either due to mama has got some infection, either due to stress, either due to trauma, or anything unknown. You find that the baby comes before time. That is the preterm. In that case, some preterm babies, we can't have respiratory distress issues. We usually also have what you call brain that has not fully matured, respiratory has not, some organs
are not yet grown.
Yes. So in that case, you find that there is that kind of a challenge, and we end up with the brain injuries. We end up with the condition. So the other thing is what we call the parent age. About the parent age, we know some tribes, they deliver or they marry and desire at very old. Unasikia siku hizi issues to do with gender-based violence.
Yes.
At 70 years old man has
married a very young girl.
Yeah. So in that case, due to mutation issues and the developmental issues, we may end up with a child who has got the autism.
Yes.
There are also complications that are associated with autism. So now, if you look at the, even before we come to complications, there's also environmental factors.
Yes.
Where the mother is. For example, if you are living in an environment that has got pollution with heavy gases or heavy metals, you find that during the formation, because the mother has inhaled those chemicals or those metals, you may end up giving up a child with autism.
Yes.
Then there is also history of smoking, alcohol taking. Because, you know, so these days we have a lot of autism cases. Because I said that out of 36 children internationally, one of them has got autism. Why?
That's a big percentage.
Because of even the way they are changing. We find that squeezy renters are taking a lot of alcohol, other smoking. There is also environmental issues to do with the noise, whereby it is rendering to a lot of stress.
Yes.
Stress is emerging because we are seeing most people are committing suicide. So it's used to do with the family violence, where the mother has conceived and this child, it was not expected, especially to do with the teenage pregnancies. This teenager is not prepared for this.
Of course.
We have issues to do with the rape. They are not prepared for this. And the child has grown in that toxic environment. Even during the delivery, we may end up with a premature baby. Number two, we may deliver and we have also bad injuries, brain injuries at the end of the day. So you find that these are some of the risk factors that can expose our mothers to have children that have got autism.
Wow. Wow, that's very interesting, I never thought the environment we live in also can contribute to autism. And now that it's a disease that is not very well understood or known where it comes from, how can we, let's say I'm a mother, I just got a newborn, how would you advise us to be able to be keen so that we are able to tell that this child is not normal, so that in good time we do something about the baby?
Okay, for example, there is a question that is asked by many. They usually ask, when do I see the doctor?
Yes.
that question, it is well answered.
Yes.
Because if you want to see the doctor, we need to understand the state that our child has.
Yes.
And if we understand, for example, when you look at the child, for example, from the age of 6 months,
Yes.
the child is supposed to respond to a smell and is supposed to show the child is happy. And the child is not able to express at that, at the 6 months. You question that.
Oh.
You need to take your child to
the hospital.
To the hospital so that you can express that the child is not doing this and this.
The
so
child
that
does
the
not
problem,
respond.
Yes. Then if the child is not able to mimic sounds, also expressions by 9 months, you question that. These are especially we say that it's 7 things to look for in a child that will caution you or will help you make a quick decision to take the child to the hospital for the assessment to find out what the condition does the child have. Is it autism or it is something else? So number 3, if the child does not babble or it does make zile one is baba mami hizo. Unaona, if the child does not do that at 12 months, you need to take an action. If the child does not understand the gestures, so by all that at 14 months, you need to take an action. If the child does not say a single word by 16 months. Now sometimes we expect our children to stop by even a year or so.
Yes, or before.
By a year to 16 months, and the child does not make even a single word. Come, go, bring, all that. If the child does not make or pretend. Now you are at 18 months, the children usually pretend. They hide behind, they joke around, all that pretense. That is the funny games that the children usually do.
And they are very playful, they are full of energy. You can tell this child is alive.
So you also need to alert your mind. And if the child does not say 2 word phrases, I am going, I am eating, 2 word phrases at 24 months. That is at year 2.
Year 2.
If that's it, make those 2 words phrases. And the last one, if the child loses language skills or social skills at any age, yani the child is not able to communicate, is not happy, is not jovial, not communicating with others. Ile stage tulisema isolation. Isolation stage, you find that watoto wengine wanachezea hapo na yeye ameketi tu. The child is not playful, or the child likes isolating ourselves from other people. If other children are going that way, you find the child is sitting here doing a funny thing, like I was talking of tearing, biting, all that. So those are isolation movements. We need to take our children to the hospital and explain clearly to the doctor what is happening to your child.
Let me ask, you said as we were talking, there's something you talked about. These children also can harm themselves. At what stage should you expect such things, like they can maybe take a kisu and cut themselves, or maybe take something like a table and do something that can harm themselves or harm an equipment?
At 2 years and above, find that the child is able to sit down there and do her own things.
Okay. So
kuna wengine wapata vindole ziko kwa mdomo, anakula na ina breed. Now only as if it's a big deal. Even at age 3, at age 4, you find that for his ears, you find that they are biting their fingers, they are fighting their bodies. If you get something, they tear and tear. And if you stop them from that kind of action, they are really tempered. And they can beat you. Others, they can bite you because you have distracted the nature of their life.
So how do we deal with such children? They are our children.
They are children.
So how do we?
Actually, to bring on board, we usually have complications. I mentioned earlier. In terms of complications, you find that we say that if you're not affected, if you're not infected, you're affected.
Yes.
Yes. Now, to the mother.
Yes.
It's a stressful moment to the mother.
I can imagine.
The mother is sicker than that child.
Oh.
From the social factor, part of it, a normal life is distracted.
Yes.
Because you can't leave that kind of a child. Actually, others, they usually close their child in a room.
Yes.
So that they can go to perform their day-to-day cares. And when they remain in that room, you find that the child amejuma, amefanya vituko huko, all that. It is a bad moment because you find that in the closed room, some of them that are not dressed up well, they also they defecate and they start feeding on that, because you say that they are disconnected even to the environment.
Wow.
The other complication that you usually have with those people, it is remember we talked of kuna severe conditions.
Yes.
Is severe condition. We have the normal condition whereby we have the normal with the high intelligence.
Yes.
Others we talked of low with the low intelligence.
Yes.
Normal with low intelligence.
Yes.
Now, in the high intelligence, they're able to catch up. When the teacher is teaching, they catch up things very well. But to communicate and to put them in order, it's very hard. Kuna others that are of medium range, they can walk through the normal environment under control, but the issue now is to employ them. People fear employing those kind of people.
Yes, because they are hyperactive.
Yeah, they are hyperactive.
And also we don't know how to, to behave around them.
Besides, you don't understand them.
Yes.
And that's why you are doing this campaign today. Yeah, so they are, sometimes they have that challenge of being employed. Then the other complication is social isolation.
Yes.
They don't like mingling with others. And the other one is about to do with life independence.
Yes.
The child cannot live alone because the mother wants to. So the normal process of life is difficult. And other times even the mother fears to get the child out, even to receive the normal services. So that is also another challenge. But what we are telling the community is that that child hasn't got the right for education, even for health and the treatment. They need to be taken care of, and then to experience the normal life through the guidance of the parent. Yes. When we do that, at least, and we keep on campaigning for the children, they will have their normal right. Yes. Now, when it comes into diagnosis, you find that if you identify these kind of challenges in your child, we talked of taking your care or taking your child to the hospital. Yes. They encounter the psychological support. Yes. Kuna sociological support. Kuna counseling to the mother and the parent also. Yes. So that they can understand the child. And also we encourage the mothers or the caregivers to have self-care plan. Yes. In self-care plan, we usually have what we call the nature walk. You can have time to walk, you can have time to do an exercise, you can also have time to socialize with other people, not to remain with their child throughout, because his parents or the mother will be depressed, so that they can have equal shared responsibilities. At least anafunguziwa mzigo. As remain this girl, this baby throughout. Yes. When we expose the mother to that situation, we give her a depression state. Wow, and at that time you will have some complication even to the mother. Then we have a therapy that we call sensory therapy. Yes. We have sensory therapy and the communication therapy. Communication therapy, children are taught now how to communicate. Remember, we usually to do with trained communication. Yes, yes. They are taught on how to communicate. Others they have normal working style. When they go to occupation, we have the occupation therapy and the physiotherapy. Yes. All these, they are handled. So kuna communication therapy, kuna speech therapy, kuna also the physio where they do the working style for the child, and also we have the psychological counseling. Yes. Kuna wengine wana graduate to epileptic, na other they may get to a state of, because of anxiety, hypermania, or that, you need to give some depressants. anxiety and anxiety drugs to cool down. And the other thing that we can look in prevention, as you are talking of, on how to prevent the condition, is number one, we talk to the mother. The mother, when the mother wants to get pregnant, we encourage the mother to plan with the daktari, to go for assessment, and find out if the mother is capable to have this pregnancy. We do all the parameters, and then the mother qualifies. Then after the mother is pregnant, we encourage all the pregnant women to come to the facilities or to visit the facility for antenatal care, and we give all the antenatal profile. In antenatal profile, we usually have what we call the investigation that we do. We test for malaria, we test for HIV, separates, hypertension, diabetes, and UTIs, and also hepatitis A, B, and C. And we also look at the full mammogram, and we also want to ensure that the mother has got the right HB. We want to know if you are not in the right HB, you are given drugs to boost your HB. If you have any other condition that you have tested, it is treated. Remember the cause, one cause of autism, we talked of infections. Like viral, bacteria, all that, they are treated. In that level, we are safe. Then the other level of prevention, it is to encourage the mother to deliver in the hospitals. So we discourage our home deliveries, and we pray that if now, like now, we talk of the 8 A and C visit. Initially, we were talking of 4 A and C visit, but now we encourage our mothers and the community to encourage the people and their mates to go for A and C visits, care for 8 visits. In this stage, you are able to identify any complication, any condition that the mother may be having, so that it is treated in good time. The other part of the prevention, we use vaccinate the mothers with the tetanus, and we ensure that that immunity it is boosted, and therefore we encourage the mother to deliver in the hospital, and ensure that now this child after delivery is given all the vaccine, and we encourage now for the CWC clinic, wamama walete watoto wapate chanjo zote, ili we avoid this kind of complications. And the other part of prevention, it is to ensure that we don't take alcohol, smoking we avoid, and we avoid every toxic environment, noisy, anything that may give the mother stress and anxiety. We ensure that we do away with that, or we reduce it, we cannot remove it. And the other part is that those that are dealing with the cleaners, kuna cleaners wanakuanga, kuna mamas wanafanyanga cleaning. Kuna chemicals that are very toxic. So kuna gas ina eliminate those chemicals, zinakona toxic odors. So they should avoid that. Na wale wakona karibu na factories, if they can avoid those areas, especially factories that are producing heavy metals, it is important we avoid those places. And when we do that, we're able to reduce issues to do with autism.
So our viewers, as you can hear, autism is quite a complicated disease, and it's a learning process. I am learning so many things that we take for granted even in our lives. So many things that we don't think could affect us in one way or another. I want us to take a short break, and as we take a short break, I always tell you, please send us your views. Please send us your questions. Please talk to us. There are numbers on the screen, and we will also get a contact of Susan and what she's doing at MERU level 5, so that those who have children with issues, because as you have heard, this is a disease that can happen to small children, so that we don't keep our children at home. There is help at the hospitals, so that we get them out and bring them where they can be helped, instead of locking them so that they harm themselves. We will take a short break now, and when we come back, I'll ask more about pregnancy and autism. viewers. Today we are talking about autism, and amazingly today is World Autism Day, a day we commemorate a disease that is so complicated. I am learning so many things, and it's one disease I'm hearing a lot about that I did not know, that we really need to take care of ourselves to be able to handle even the children who have this problem, the parents, the handlers of these children, and that we should not keep quiet. There is help for such children as well. So I'll continue asking Susan this question. She talked about pregnancy. There's something we never understand about pregnancy. Once I'm pregnant, I mean, it looks normal. I think I should just wait till I maybe carry my pregnancy to full term. But she said we should go to hospital. So that there are so many things she has said we test. I'm interested in learning how this testing of all these hepatitis, HIV, diabetes, how that helps us to be in a better position to make sure that we get children that are not suffering from autism.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. To our viewers, I want to bring this in mind that pregnancy is a journey. It is not one day journey. It's a journey for 9 months.
Yes.
Whereby the father and the mother, they need to be prepared to bring up a child who is in divine health. And we encourage all the mothers that the moment they realize that they are pregnant, they need to visit the nearest facility or the facility of their choice, so that they can have we call them the antenatal profiles done. In this case, you find that according to WHO, initially we were working with the 4 A and C visit, but currently we are working with 8 A and C visit to reduce issues to do with the complications that are related to the pregnancy, either to the mother and also the child. For example, if you look at the mother, if the mother does not have enough blood in the body, if the mother has got a given condition, you find that that condition may affect the mother. For example, we usually do antenatal profile, investigation that are done during pregnancy period. Like we talked of malaria, we talked of HIV/AIDS, we talked of UTI, urinalysis. We test even for hypertension. We test it for diabetes. We test even for hepatitis B and also separates. And any other condition, we test for it. But those are the key things that give us the guideline to know if our mother is safe and also the baby is safe. For example, if we test our mother and we find that we are doing this test like HIV test, and we find that the mother is positive, we will ensure that the mother delivers a baby who is free from HIV/AIDS, which is our goal. And we have been able to help many mothers. They have been able to deliver the babies that are free from HIV, because you all understand that HIV is spread or transmitted through sexual activities. It can be transmitted to the baby during the delivery, even during breastfeeding. And in this case, even when the baby is in utero, can have that. But what we usually do is that we start putting this mother on ART or on HIV drugs when we realize the mother is HIV positive. And we ensure that the drugs are taken well, and we encourage the mother to deliver in a health facility by skilled health care provider. And after that, we also give the baby immediately drugs to ensure that that baby does not get HIV from the virus, from their mother. So we ensure that we have safe delivery in the hospital by skilled delivery, and we make sure that after the delivery, the baby gets drugs to prevent her from getting HIV, and we do some follow-up for these babies, even to up to 6 months, and we ensure that that baby is safe. Like last year, we were able to celebrate more than 400 children
Wow.
who were delivered by positive mothers who were free from HIV/AIDS. So you see the importance of
coming to the clinic.
Coming to the clinic immediately,
Yes.
or in good time when you realize that you are pregnant.
Yes.
We also prevent STIs,
Yes.
syphilis and hepatitis and other diseases. We give them drugs. If it is malaria, we give the treatment for malaria. If we have low HB, the mother is given nutrition counseling
Yes.
and is advised on the food that is supposed to take when is pregnant
Yes.
until the mother delivered. And is also counseled on how to take care of the baby after delivery. For example, it is that time when we examine the mother breast, and we find that if you have the breast that are inverted,
Yes.
you find that the mother is advised on how to work on the breast, ensure that when the baby is delivered, he is able to breastfeed with a lot of ease. Then it is at this stage also, if we find that we have high BPs, so the mothers is exposed to preeclampsia and eclampsia. In that case, if you find that mother has got high BPs with the conversions, we are likely to have a preterm baby. And you remember, about the preterm baby, these are children that are exposed to autism. The other children that are exposed to autism, the mothers who deliver children, the mother who is diabetic.
Yes.
If we prevent, we control the sugars for this mother in good time, we are able to have a good outcome. So this is the importance of going for clinic in good time. We also vaccinate the mother with the tetanus toxin to avoid tetanus spreading or infecting of the unborn baby. There are much that we do in that area.
Wow.
And that's why we encourage our mothers, please come to the clinic in good time, and also ensure your children also are brought to the clinic, and we make sure that take all the vaccines that are given to them until they complete the vaccine. Even after 5 years, clinics are supposed to be adhered to for the young children, because you also have the vitamin A that you are giving, you also have the deworming that you are giving after we have been given all of the vaccines. The vaccines that we usually give to the children, we have also the polio, we have the BCG, we have the hepatitis, we also have the pneumonia, rotavirus, we have all this, and tetanus, without mentioning many others. So please bring your children so that we can have a future generation that is in divine health.
So kuwa na mimba sio hivyo tu. You need to take care, Sio nikipata mimba nikae tu.
Na sitaki hata ukipata mimba sasa hiyo ndio unaanza kuvaa viatu zile ziko manjunju.
Yes.
Na ukitaguka utaumia, alafu tuletee mtoto yenye yafikisha ameumia, ama you end up with a preterm baby, and this preterm baby is not good for a case that you are managing. Na tutaki ukiwa mama sasa uende kukunywa kile kitu unapata on your way. Hapana. You need to be cautious on what you put in your mouth and what you do with your life.
Wow. You know, most of the time, it's like breathing. You assume breathing ni kawaida. So hata ukipata mimba, najua mimi nitangoja miezi 9 nikuje.
Hapana, hapana.
And then something else you talked about. This one lazima utuambie vizuri.
Some women they usually say that, and then the first delivery at home.
Yes.
So now the second delivery, I did it at home, I can do it. We are saying X no. Pregnancies have got different outcomes.
Yes.
Deliver at home, you end up heavy bleeding, you end up some complication, you end up with even cold for the child around the neck, and we end up fetal distress and we lose that child. You may have even bleeding and you end up with the death of the baby and the mother maternal death. So we are saying that it is not normal. Please don't say that the first baby joy will behave the same way as in Boniface and as in Njoroge.
So every child with their own profile, and it is important we come to the hospital for profiling. So tusione ni kama hospitali ni kutusumbua tu, ati juu sasa tu I'm pregnant, now I have to keep on coming. Every time unakuja, and you know that process, I'm a mother also, unafinywa tumbo, mara umetumwa lab, tunaanza kuchoka. And I'm talking this because we have very many young mothers who are not keen on how their pregnancies grow. Umesikia ni process. Umesikia it's something that you should work on with your partner.
Sure.
Come to hospital and get help. Usikae pale na labda uko na blood pressure na ijawahi angaliwa. Usikae pale na labda uko na diabetes, then you end up maybe losing your child or even losing your child and you. So these are things we should all need. And you know, those complications or malaria. I hear malaria is also very bad.
Yeah, severe malaria, and malaria we end up with preterm deliveries.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And those preterm deliveries are not good.
Yeah.
They can lead to that autism.
Yes.
Oh my
and also
God.
we also talk to the teenagers. Those are those teenage mothers.
Yes.
We encourage you to come to our clinic. We will give you good services.
Yes.
We will not reprimand you, and you are not telling that because now umepata mimba na huko umepanga uende ukatoe. Kuna complications that are associated with abortion. You can avoid to death. You can also avoid to end up with the retained POCs yenye zitaharibu nyumba ya mtoto, and you end up having your uterus being removed. You can also have what we call infections in the process of conducting that activities. So please, we discourage any form of abortion. Please adhere to the clinic. We will guide you, we will counsel you, and we shall walk the journey together.
So like you have had even the young people, msiogope, twende, hatutachapwa. Unajua wengine wanaogopa kuchapwa ama kusomewa. Unajua nurse pia ni mama. Sasa tukikuja unaogopa nitaenda kupigwa ama kuulizwa wewe ulitoa hii mimba wapi. So mmesikia no one will be reprimanded. Come and get services so that we avoid those cases like autism, which cannot even be understood what sort of disease it is. But now you find you have a very hyper baby or a baby who can't control themselves. So that we take care of the future generation, and you know we are the mothers. These children will be with us for the rest of our lives. Afadhali too, we prevent the cases that we can prevent, and the government is providing all this so that we are able to have safe children and to be able to enjoy our health as mothers. Another question I'd like to ask, do you also give vaccinations to these children with autism?
Yes. I thought of giving the rights, all the rights to the children.
Yes.
And we give them vaccine also.
Yes.
So msiseme ati ndio watoto wako na hii condition hamtawareta hospitali, hapana. Kama ni kliniki, wacha waende kliniki wapate chanjo kabisa.
Yes.
All the vaccines ziko. Na pia when they mature, we also need to give them hata kama ni mtoto msichana apatiwe haki yake.
Yes.
Kama ni pandi anunuliwe pandi. Usiseme hata hiyo ni msichana hakuna haja.
By the way.
Hapana, let them give all what is required for these children. Yeah, because they are normal children like in other. Don't treat them differently. You also need to feed them, especially the food that are rich in omega-3.
Yes.
Like we have the fatty fish. We also talk of nuts. They have got high vitamin 3, and also on greens they have vitamin 3. Omega-3. Omega-3, that is all. And also we encourage our fathers to this pregnancy to accompany their ladies to the clinic. You give you first priority. Usiseme ati mkienda kliniki mtaulizwa maswali ya kliniki. Hiyo ni maswali nasaidia daktari ku make diagnosis.
Yes.
Because if we don't ask you, how do we come up with the diagnosis?
It becomes
they are normal and friendly. Please understand. Daktari lazima ulize maswali ya kliniki. Na tunafurahia wakati wa baba mnaleta wapenzi wenu clinic, because that child feels that is loved. And he appreciates the presence of the father. And
even the mother feels very supported.
Yes, emotionally you work the journey together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I have two last questions I would like to ask. How do these children now develop with autism?
They usually
adulthood.
that is the complication that I taught, because even the development for them is a challenge. But they usually grow like a normal other children.
The ones who are so hyperactive now they are controlled with the drugs.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, it's a very
and every
interesting.
condition is handled as a single condition.
Yes. Oh my
kulingana na
God.
vile mtoto wako pelekea daktari ndiye atajua kama ako operative, ako na increased anxiety, daktari ndiye atajua ni dawa gani atakupea control hiyo mtoto.
Na nyumbani
ni control, it is about control. Si hatuwezi tukasema hii ugonjwa itaisha.
Oh,
yes,
but we learn now to live with it.
We learn how to live with it. You are advised on even on diet, on how to feed your kid, and also you are remember about self-care.
Yes.
I talk of working with the parents. We understand, the parents understand, the family members understand that the child is in this state, so they're able to live with them. Wow.
So even in the families, where we come from at home, how should we support the parents of such? Let's say tuseme kwetu nyumba yangu iko hapa na ndugu yangu iko pale. How do we support each other to be able to support a mother or parents of an autistic child?
Okay, psychological support and counseling, it is important. We also encourage these mothers even to do exercise.
Yes.
And to have kama ni mtoto wanabadilishana duties ya kukaa na huyo mtoto. Ndio huyo mtoto ataikani kuachwa akue peke yake.
So tusichoke,
yani encourage as neighbors, let us encourage the mothers. Tusiwache kuwapoint. Unajua neighbors ndio tunajuanga kumpoint, huyu ako na hivi ni hivi. But I talked of if you're not infected, you are affected. You don't know how safe you are. And also to remind them that this disease is not spread, it's not communicable to us. Yani ukimguza hivi
hakuna vile
utakaa. Kuna wanaopanga kushika mtoto kama huyo. Hapana, hakuna vile utakaa, it's not communicable.
And we also encourage the mothers to bring them out. Waende wapate treatment, waende wapate hiyo counseling. Yeah, we should encourage them.
Waende physiotherapy.
Yes.
I talked of speech therapy, kuna physiotherapy, kuna psychological, na wale kuna increased anxiety, kuna dawa wanapatiwa.
So it's something that at least there is a solution tukitoka tusipofungia mtoto mahali tuseme huyu si wa kawaida. And also there is also that last one, I don't know how to put it. Maybe I'm married to someone, nikipata mtoto ako na autism ananiacha, we start running away. Ama unafukuza mama.
You may run away and get married to another one and you end up with another one. So can you treat what God has given you at that time with diligence and care?
Yes.
So that God can bless you with another one who is okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Susan, lastly, can you tell us if we wanted to come to ask any questions or to come for consultation? Manake watu wengi hawana ile information, and that lack of information, we don't know where we can go and ask. If we wanted to come and ask which clinic can I go, which doctor where can we find you?
Okay, when I was doing the introduction, I said that we usually create awareness. For us, we will give you the counseling and we direct you to a MERU teaching and referral hospital.
Yes.
We have all this clinic there. We have the speech therapy, we have the physiotherapy, we have psychotherapy, we have the counseling. MERU teaching referral hospital iko na everything. Hata ukienda hapo si lazima nitafute, tuko na madaktari wenzangu wanapeana kazi mzuri na kliniki zetu pia za watoto na za wamama pia ziko. Pia hospitali yetu ya Mudhara Sub-County Hospital, we have a physiotherapy clinic, Nyambene we have physiotherapy clinic, pia Mekidoli, na ukienda huko utasaidika.
Yes. Thank you very much, Madam Susan. We have learned so much about this disease, and we are going to encourage parents to get out more, to talk more, and to be able to interact with healthcare providers to be able to help our children. Thank you so much, our viewers, for staying with us today. And I'm sure you have learned about autism, one or two things. We encourage you to keep watching our programs, to stay on Siloam TV, the home of revival, where we are here to be able to walk the journey of life together and to live a healthy life. Thank you so much.